is about just people being burnt out in relationships, meaning just their past affecting their present. You know, just if any time if your partner can say or do anything, and then you can maybe discuss, reference your past, or, you know, even if you're just having a discussion, you can admit that, hey, you know, I could be unhealed in certain areas. So that's what we tapping in tonight, just about, you know, like, is your partner really burnt out, you know, understanding what burnt out really means and how to heal from it, and, you know what I'm saying, become the best partner for your partner, so it won't affect your present and cause any interference with your future.
That's what's up. That's real. That's real. So I'm going to start asking you a few questions. How long do you feel like is appropriate when breaking up from a previous relationship? Should you take a break before going to enter into a new relationship? How long do you think you should give yourself time to heal, just in your opinion?
It all depends, you know. It could depend on what your partner could have done. It could depend on how great of a person you maybe could meet. It could depend on the things that you got going on in your life. But just, if I could just estimate, or what I would do in those situations, what I have done, I mean, probably about, I'd say 2 to 3 months, you should give yourself time to heal before you even think about pursuing dating or, you know, a relationship.
Do you believe in rebound relationships?
No, what you mean, like?
Like rebound. So, like, a lot of people, they feel like when a relationship first ends, they might be like, your girl, well, for you, your homies might say, bro, let's hit the bar, let's get out the house tonight, let's pick up on some females, and, like, you might sleep with them females on the first night, or might even enter dating with them females. Like, do you feel like rebound's effective? Because a lot of people feel like when you enter a rebound, or like start dating immediately after a breakup, a rebound can take your mind off of that past pain, or it can make you not think about your ex. It's like a distraction. It can help you heal faster. Some people believe rebounds work. Do you feel like they work, or?
Yeah, in some cases, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Like, sometimes you could be in that mode of just, man, let me just turn up instead of being all sad. So for those people who lit, I'm going to say, yeah, if you just that lit type, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you more chill, I'm going to say no. So, but for me, I'd say no. For me, I'm straight. I'd rather take my time. You know, I ain't got to depend on the world, or like just rushing into situations that I'm unsure of or not, you know, prepared for. So I'm going to say no.
So, like, me personally, I just feel like rebound relationships don't work. Like, I think we all have tried that method. I know me personally, I have tried that method, like getting out of a breakup, going out, meeting new guys, because, like, especially in my 20s, because my ex was out doing it. We lived in the same neighborhood. I go to club, they getting female numbers in my face. So, of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get some guys' numbers and date them. And the problem I ran into it was I felt myself keep talking about my ex, like times we had, things we did. And it was like, I remember crying another man, being about another man, like, and basically got put out another man's house. That was the biggest turn off to him. It was wild. Like, I was in my 20s, and that's when I realized, like, it's best to take a time out. You shouldn't rush in a relationship, because that can annoy other people. You keep bringing up your ex. But at the same time, I feel like it's nothing wrong with bringing up what you've been through to some degree, just to tell a person about what you don't want to go through. But the problem with that is, what I don't like about that is, you got to be careful who you tell your past to, because some people tend to throw it up in your face when y'all get into breakups, and I feel like that's weak. When somebody shares something with you in their most vulnerable moment, you should not throw it up in their face when y'all get into an altercation or a disagreement. I don't feel like that's okay or never acceptable, because I feel like I open up and share with you about my past, being vulnerable with you about pain I experienced, and for you to throw it up in my face when we into it, I don't like shit like that. So that's why I feel like you still gotta be careful who you share your past relationship with. But I don't at the point of my life, I don't feel like rebounds work. But like I said, I tried it in my 20s and it wasn't cool because, like I said, it really ran other men off because I kept bringing up my ex because I was used to doing everything with that person. And to the point, like I said, I was crying at the man. I woke up like feeling like weird. But I don't know. Men, I feel like y'all could do it quicker than women. I'm not saying you. I don't know how you get down. Because like we as women, we emotional. Like unless you just a 304 and you just out here, it's hard to really sleep with a new man. But I feel like guys sleep with, I feel like when a breakup happened, a man would sleep with a woman quicker than a woman would sleep with a new man. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's both sides. Men might jump quick, women might jump quick from what I've seen.
So you done saw where a woman slept with a new man before?
Quick, yeah.
How soon?
Sonic.
How soon?
It could be within a month for sure. Maybe 2 weeks, a week, yeah. It's real out here, don't you know? And no point of pretending like it's not. I believe that men and women have desires, feelings, and emotions and needs in the bedroom. So, with that being said, yes, both sides. Both sides can jump quick.
And I'm gonna speak on another reason why I feel like you should give yourself time to heal too, because I know a friend who went through that. Like you never know when the doors is closed, and then you hurt the other new person feelings, the innocent person. I know a friend who going through this right now where she actually broke up with her ex because he wasn't doing right, and they took a break, and she went out and started dating new people just to find out now he ready to step up to the plate. Now we got this new guy in the picture, he's vulnerable, and she don't know how to even come out and tell him that she's back with her ex, and she want to make things work. I'm just saying, like, that shit real. Like, she don't know how to come out and tell him that she gonna go back with her ex because she don't want to hurt this man's feelings. And that's another reason why I feel like you shouldn't get in a rebound relationship, because you leave the new person just out there and making them think you ready to move on, and then you might still got feelings with your ex, so y'all might be sad y'all just need a break and get back together. I feel like a lot of the when I was younger, I used to listen to Beyonce, I can have another you in a minute. He'll be here in a minute. No, serious though. Like, songs like that was motivation to hurt and get somebody new. Yeah, like, a lot of the songs, like, get somebody new, find somebody new. It's like that's all we knew, to get somebody new, get somebody new. But now we realize it's not even effective.
Well, yeah, man. Ain't no point in rushing, man. You gotta take your time, you know, with relationships. Yeah, definitely, and then take time to heal. So yeah, don't rush. In my opinion, take your time to heal before you just easily jump back into it because you hurt or emotional, which can cause you to be impulsive.
And then I feel like too, what I have to learn like now, especially I'm over 30.
Right.
If you don't take time to heal, you will find yourself repeating the same cycle after a breakup.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like,
most definitely.
You will find yourself attracting the same type of person.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you just picking up people, you doing quality over quality. I take quality over quantity any day. Rushing, that's why I'm like, you can't be in competition with your ex. Because I remember I could be like, oh, they y'all doing, let me hurry jump into it. But I be like, that's how I used to think when I was younger. But like now we go through a breakup, I'm so glad I could sleep alone. I focus on my bed. Because I feel like when you go through a breakup, no one like to go into the breakup. Breakup is it's like one of the worst pain you could feel. Just like as much as losing somebody, you go through the same grieving stage that you go through when you lost a loved one if they deceased. Because guess what? Your relationship is dying. It have faded out. You don't go through the same thing. You got to think about it. You used to going to bed with this person that night. You used to eat with this person, talking to them on the phone. If y'all best friends and you going through something, you used to hitting that person up on the phone. When you got a bad day at work, you used to hanging with that person. Y'all spend a lot of time. Yeah. So I feel like you got to go through that grief stage. Because I feel like it's a painful stage. And I feel like in the midst of all that, something wasn't right. Most likely it was red flags there. Or for whatever reason, y'all just didn't make it through. And I feel like you got to learn what them red flags is, something we miss. Because a lot of time we in love, we missed a lot of red flags. And I feel like if you don't allow yourself time out to evaluate why the relationship end, you're going to find yourself repeating the same cycle with a new person, the same things you like in that ex, you will find yourself picking it back up again. Because I mean, like I said, I have saw myself doing the same thing when I was younger in my 20s in my past, where I'm like, damn, how I'm back in the same type of relationship. I feel like when you go through breakups, you should write down the things you didn't like about the relationship, qualities you didn't like about that person, things you really want in your relationship. Because I feel like the older you get, you start learning the type of relationship you really want. Right. And I feel like that just comes with experience through breakups. When, you know, just like when a relationship hurts because it's ending, it also is a learning lesson. And I feel like you can take what you learn from them breakups to when you out interviewing or redating again, when you allow yourself time to heal, you kind of know what to look for in your next partner. Because we ain't trying to repeat the same cycle.
Not at all, not at all. What's the point?
And I know you was kind of saying about you dealt with a lot of women that was burnt out. You want to share like some of the things that was bringing up?
Maybe a few. You could tell anytime you mention your past. And then, of course, I'm the type, I'm grown. Ain't no point. I mean, we all know that we coming in with common sense, first of all. So we know that we all may have had circumstances that, hey, we all done went through whatever we went through. So there's no point to, just keep talking about it. So with me, it's just almost like, ain't no point to keep talking about it. You can mention it, but when it becomes, repetitive, or, you accustomed to just talking about your past, then that can become a problem. But like you were saying, write the things down, really be true to yourself. If you do notice a red flag as far as you could, be triggered, be honest with your partner. And then, just try to, heal, give your partner a chance. And know that really the past is the past and it's really about your present. That's how I look at it.
Because another I wanted to say, I feel like sometimes people bring up their past not because they burnt out. You can be triggering stuff from their past. They can see some of them same signs. Yeah. They can be scared because you showing them something. It could be something small they can see. One of mine is money. If I see a man,
all women is money.
If I see a man struggling with money because I dealt with guys in the past who try to take advantage, had money problems, instantly that's like a trigger for me. Like, you ask me for money in our early stage of dating, or I see you got money problems, I kind of do think the worst because I lived through that already, and it's like, damn, I don't want to go through that no more, where I'm taking care of everything, or I'm feeling like I got to do everything in a relationship. So, again, that's why I said you got to, be able to identify it. I think a lot of people bring up their past because they just don't want to relive it again. But then at the same time, some people bring up their past, they truly not over their relationship. Because, for example, I could not been with somebody for 5 years, and my breakup could be 5 years. But because I know how hurtful it was to me, what I went through with that person, and you do something, I dealt with somebody who had a gambling addiction, for example, and I haven't left this person back in 2016, 15. That's a long time ago. You're talking over 7 years, but because I know how bad of an experience it was dealing with somebody with that type of addiction, I know that you got an addiction, even though it's 5 years later, that's going to do a warning red flag for me. So that's why I'm saying sometimes people don't bring their past up because they not over the person they burnt out. Some people bring their past up because they want to be protected. They're scared that you might going to put them through the same thing that they've been through in their past relationship. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well.
I mean, because they might could see something that signs.
Yeah, well.
Signs.
I mean, time will tell. My suggestion is, my whole thing is when a person just repeat it, ain't no point in repeating it. If your partner doing things that reflect your past, then maybe that's a sign to let it go. But then sometimes you got to really think about what you really went through and what is really going on. And then you can really get your questions answered. But, you know, your past, in my opinion, leave your past in the past. And if somebody really doing things that, you know what I'm saying, reflect your past, reference the past, then move on so you won't even have to be thinking about your past. It's something that really, honestly, don't matter no more.
And I think that's where times I reference my past when I notice things, it's reminding me of the past. I normally just try to remove myself, and I have done that. I try to remove myself because who want to keep reliving the same cycles?
Exactly.
Like, we're not getting no younger, especially to my people over 30 like me or 40s and 50s. Like, we're not getting no younger. We shouldn't be going through the same thing we went through in our dating in our 30s and went through our 20s. And also, I feel like the older you get, you can kind of identify early on. It shouldn't take 6 months to see, okay, how did this not working? Like, I think you kind of can detect early on it's not going to work. Sometimes the first phone conversation I can have with a person, you can turn me off. And I can know me and you are now on the same page. Like, just the very first, because I gotta interview questions. Like, me personally, I do interviews. They don't know they on the interview, but you want to interview with me. I'm asking questions. Who you live with? What type of work you do? Are you driving? Do you got children? Are you married? Are you single? Not to say people gonna always be truthful, but based on how you answer those questions, kind of determine if I'm gonna deal with you or not. And then don't get me wrong, people do go through circumstances. I might be like, well, why you don't got that? Especially at a certain age, I'm gonna question if you don't got your own house, you over 30, like why you don't have that. I'm gonna question why you don't have a car if you over 30. That's just basic things I feel like you should have at a certain age. But I know life do show up. People lose their job. People go through, you know, crisis, whatever. So I might be a little bit like, okay, well, what happened? But you got to give me a valid reason why you don't have these things over the age of 30. If not, that's a red flag that you're irresponsible. You just live a life carefree. And that might make me want to bag up in the beginning. And you might just get blocked and not hear from me again. Right. Because, again, who want to take care of somebody over the age of 30? Nobody.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just said you got to be really careful. And like we just saying, allow yourself some time. Don't be so quick to jump in a rebound relationship. Learn what you didn't like about your past relationship. Yeah. Write it down. Keep it in your brain because, you know what I'm saying? And then again, I will say this to be fair to some what you said earlier. Sometimes it might look similar to what the person may have going on, but try to get that, like, I'll give you an example. When they say somebody could burn you, make it bad for everybody, like, that is like if somebody burnt you that you allow to borrow money from you. You might be scared to let anybody borrow money against you, like, I done did that already. And that's kind of how I be, like, I did that, I tried that already, that didn't work for me. And because you be trying to protect yourself, you know, you ain't trying to lose and nothing else. Again, so that is like you see somebody going through money issues, like I was saying earlier, I'm going to kind of double back on that. And it's like, maybe that person know how to put themselves out the hole, who not going to be down, but then you got to monitor and see, okay, he got money problems today. Is this going to be an ongoing situation? 6 months from now, is you going to still be in this? If you lost your job, is you going to get a new job? I didn't know what's the action, what's the plan? Because if not, then it is going to be a problem, and we're not going to work. If you're not trying to get yourself out that situation, because like I said, don't get me wrong, life's short. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you had a layoff. Maybe you got fired. You know, stuff do show up where you might be in financial situations, but that's a red flag. I'm going to keep that on my radar. Like, that's a red flag. You got money problems because I don't want to be stuck taking care of no grown-ass man. I'm sorry. But I'm also might stick around, you know, just to see, for temporarily and be friends, just to see is you going to come out of that. But I'm not going to wait years to see. I don't got time to waste.
Right.
Then that is me giving you a fair chance without trying to put my past on you to say, oh, you're not going to never have no money. My ex was down for 5 years. That is like when women be helping guys get on their feet and a guy maybe burnt you in the past or whatever when you was trying to put somebody on. You might be scared to do that again with somebody else because you don't want to get burned again. You see what I'm saying? Have you ever had a girl take advantage of you? Like financially, or like you feel like women took advantage of you?
I mean, not in a relationship, but you know, you might run into some chicks that try to get a few dollars here and there, and they be like, you know, we was just on some, what we was on, real, you know. But as far as relationship, no, nah, it's always been fair.
And I think that's the biggest key, like keeping it fair. And like I just did it some other day. I'm like, relationship not always 50-50 because you might be stronger than another part of the relationship that your mate is, but it got to balance out. That is like, if I'm better with money, you got to be okay with me managing your money or helping assist you. You might be better at cleaning up where I'm working 2 or 3 jobs. I just talked about that, and you might be better at cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to find, or you might be better at cooking because now in relationships, it ain't like the women doing all the cooking no more. It's a lot of men know how to cook out there. Like my last previous relationship, like the guys was like better cooking than me. I work more jobs than them. Where it's like, I was always been like a workaholic. Where it's like, okay, I want to work. You might work one less job, but it's food gonna be on the stove when I come home.
Right.
Even though I might want to make a little bit more money, where it gotta balance out. If not, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna feel like you're giving the relationship to more than the other person. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you gotta be doing your half in some area of the relationship.
It's a relationship.
Because if not, that causes burnout too when you feel like you provide and giving everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not necessarily say the word 50-50 no more. But some way, somehow, you gotta get close to that or balance out. Y'all gotta find a way to balance each other out because y'all both gotta be happy and get in self-relationship. If not, that causes burnout.
Right.
But anyway, y'all can drop y'all comments below. I hope y'all liked our episode. We about to get up out of here. This your girl G with the T. I got my co-host Dev.
What up, dude?
Detroit 313, man. Please, y'all, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's help the channel grow. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. Peace. Y'all grab it off there for me, please.
Go grab it off there for me, please.
Don't tell you guys how I did. It was only one more I was supposed to do.